Okay, in the garage today is this Isuzu Trooper. I've been pushing it in and out for the last, since Friday afternoon. Starting to hurt me back now, but we've got the okay to fix it. So here we go. Problem we've got with this car is customer supplied new fuel tank. That's a nice pretty new fuel tank. So we struggled getting his old one out because we had to cut all the bolts off, but we eventually got it out. Nice simple job really. Got the old one out, it's rotten. Stuck the new one in and started the vehicle up. The vehicle run on the fuel that was in the fuel filter and then stopped, which was strange, but the fuel light was on, so we added some fuel. We added a gallon, the fuel light went off, but the car still wouldn't run. So we checked all our pipe work, we checked everything, because it was quite a simple job, couldn't really get anything wrong. So decided that there was either something in the tank or something wrong with the tank, so we took the tank back out and found that this pipe here is where the tank sucks the diesel out of. It stops short of the diesel, even though there's enough diesel in there to take the fuel light off of the minimum mark. So easily 3 gallons of fuel in there, and it doesn't even reach it. And when we look inside the old tank, we notice that's the same pipe in the old tank. It's actually a lot longer and it's got an extension piece on it. So what we intend to do is cut this one out, cut that one out, and make one decent tank out of the two. So we're going to start by removing the old one. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've made a large cut in the old tank. Got a nice fine cut. Let's fit that back in there. So if I needed to, I could actually weld that back together if I needed to. Nice fine cut, look at that. So anyway, we've pulled it out. And inside we've got a long tube, and if I put it on the top of the tank there, you can see the tube goes all the way to the bottom of the tank, which is what we want. Inside the tank there is a filter that's inside a swell chamber, and the filter is attached to the bottom of the tank. I have managed to release it, and what it is, it's a large particle filter. Stop lumps of crap going down the fuel pipe really, and blocking up the fuel pipes really, rather than a filter. It wouldn't stop anything fine going up there, but that's what your fuel filter's for. It's quite large holes. It's just to stop bits of debris, crap going in there, keep it at bay. So we're going to fit, like I say, I've cut that nice and large, so I've got plenty of material to work with on this tank. Okay, so we've got out both the strainers, not the strainers, the fuel pipe feeds. As you can see, there is a big difference in size. I'll put my hand in there, and you can see just by my hand there, that's a lot of fuel. If we look at see that one there? See that one there? Comes to about there on the tank. So it'd have to be over a quarter full for it just to pick up the fuel. Whereas if we get this one, so as we can see from here, this one here is actually hitting the floor. So that's how much difference there is. It's hard to see from here, but like I say, That's coming up to about there, whereas that one is on the floor. So whoever made the tank, even if this is the right tank, because this one has got a nice swirl chamber in there, what that does is when the vehicle's rocking around, it keeps the fuel inside this container here from sloshing about, making sure there's a supply of fuel with no air in it getting to the fuel filter at all times. And this tank, not only did it have a short pickup, but it has no, it's hard to see in there, it's got nothing, no baffles, no nothing. So I'm going to tidy up this now. Obviously I've made it a lot bigger. It's going to go in there. It's going to go in there somehow. I'm going to cut it all down, get it to fit. So that's our next step. Okay, so we've gone for this method of attaching this to the tank. This has all gone black now because of that rust treatment stuff that I put on it, rust stop. I've noticed it's quite heavily pitted, this pipe, so I've got some really good sealant coming that I've used on fuel tanks before, and what I'll do is after these are blind rivets by the way, so they leave no holes after I've done it. I should create a seal under there with the sealant I've got coming, rivet that on, and afterwards I'll actually go over the top with sealant because we are quite pitted around here, and then I should do this pipe as well because it is quite pitted. The stuff that I use is brilliant. When it dries it goes off like solid rubber and it's pretty impenetrable by anything. Used it many times before, so just waiting for it to turn up and then we can stick it on.
Good thing.
Okay, so we've riveted it all in, it's all nice and tight. You can see we've got a lovely seal around there. What we're going to do now is going to mask it all off so it don't get too messy, and then we're going to coat this old pipe in this sealant that I've got and all around the top to stop any further corrosion. Okay, so we've completely sealed it up and I've coated the black. It don't look pretty, this stuff. I've coated it all in Tiger Seal. Believe me, this one, like I say before, and I'll keep saying it, this stuff is evil stuff. It goes off like solid rubber. You probably could have got away with just sticking that on there without the rivets, but obviously we want it to be nice and secure, so we've used, well, 14 rivets altogether. So that's going nowhere, so we're quite confident with that. And we can see if we look in the spout, we can't actually see with this camera, but let's see if we can get a light and have a look. No, the answer is no. But I can see that the filter's in there. It's right at the bottom. It's about, I don't know, 2 mil from the bottom, so it's all good. So the tank's gone from the floor, it's gone in its hole. So we're all back together. All new bike bolts. All the pipes are on. New clips up there. All on up there. All the wires on. All the pipes are back on. Clips. The electrical ventilation valve up there for the tank vents, which for some reason it has 2. Who knows why. So we'll get it down now and we'll get some fuel in it.